right. Welcome back, penny stock billionaires. We got stocks on the move. We got stocks breaking out as we speak. So congratulations. If you were on our Telegram, we were talking about lithium, not lithium, LITM. We were talking about LITM this morning at I believe it was 358 or 368, whatever the number was. This thing is what was the high under the day so far? In the 441 so far. Now look, what are we looking for with LITM? This is an explosive situation. This is a pure play on what we're calling the nuclear renaissance. Look, you got to understand first of all the fundamentals, what's going on, right? There is a shortage of electricity. Okay, you got your EVs, you got your AI, you got your crypto. Those have massive demand for electricity. There is no way to supply the electricity. There is no way to supply the electricity that is needed urgently by today's needs for, again, AI, these data centers, massive billion-dollar data centers. They need electricity. Where are they going to get it from? There's a new word that they're starting to use, the electron shortage. I saw this being used on a video. The electron shortage. The tech bros are talking about it. There's a show here called on YouTube. It's called what is it? All In Podcast. You got these tech bros. You got Chamath Palihapitiya, whatever. There you go. That's right. Look, these guys. If you guys missed out on these moon plays in the nuclear space, it's getting started. I've been a big fan of nuclear for a while. I've been in CCJ for a long time. What's the other one? UEC. And look, the reality is these guys are realizing that they need the nuclear. So what is LITM? Well, you are going to find out tomorrow. We're going to have the CEO of LITM on our live stream. Frank Wheatley. He's going to be telling you what's next. They're basically building an integrated, it's really kind of like a next generation nuclear company. I mean, they got massive uranium projects. They're getting into this building reactors, doing enrichment, vertically integrated, the whole space. So this stock is going to be, I think, one of the best nuclear stocks. I think one of the best nuclear stocks is going to become, I believe, like I think it could be Snow Lake. When is a good time? We don't give buy-sell recommendations on this channel. We do not do buy-sell recommendations. I'm just giving you the stocks. You decide what to do with them. I'm just giving you stocks which have 10-bagger upside potential. You want to know how to find them? You got to get the book. The link is in the bio. Our links to all our free email newsletter. We got a free email newsletter. You can get the book. You don't know how to read? We'll have a course. You don't like to read? We'll have a course coming out in a couple of days. Okay, it's going to be huge. It is going to be absolutely huge. Yeah, nuclear. Exactly. Nuclear, baby. Anyway, look, we'll find out tomorrow. Join again tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Frank Wheatley is going to tell you the story. But let's talk about the stock. The charts tell you the truth in advance. Again, I tell you this in the book. The charts tell you the truth in advance. You got to get the book to know how to read these charts. And the charts are telling you this stock wants to go much higher. We got a gap over here. You see this gap from April 29th? There's a gap up to about 560. So I think what's going to happen is this stock, we got a beautiful base double bottom, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of a sloppy double bottom. But it's breaking out of the 200 moving average right now on the 1 hour chart. That is very bullish. And it wants to close that gap to 560. I think it's going to go past it. It's probably going to go to $7. $7. Okay, so you got two levels of resistance coming in. You got like 580, you got resistance at 580, and you got resistance at $7 or 750. So 580 to 750, we got a vacuum in there, and this thing could run. Let's look at the 5-minute chart. Again, you got an upward trend. It's bouncing around. We had a bit of a pullback. I mean, these things, you guys think the stock is going to go in a straight line just because you own it? No, it's going to bounce around. It's got to shake out the weak hands. That's right. He's waiting. That's right. The mail carrier. Okay, Adam Trifu has read 100 pages. 10. Okay, please leave a review on Amazon. Please leave a positive review on Amazon. We got to get good reviews. You know, we got haters. We got haters saying that the book has grammatical errors and spelling errors. Spelling and grammatical, and I should have used AI to proofread it. Guess what? They didn't have AI when I wrote this. It came out like 2 months before ChatGPT launched. Now, let me tell you something. When I get this thing spell checked and grammatical, it's going to be double the price. I'm going to be raising the price to maybe, I don't know, $50. It's $18 right now. Prices are going up. On Amazon right now, 10-bagger blueprint, okay? This guy's smart. He's buying 2 for his brother. Maybe buy 10 of these, okay? So that's right. Okay, now, Adam, what was your favorite chapter? What was your favorite chapter? Here's the thing, guys. If you get one thing, I'm not here to sell books. I'm making like $2. I'm not getting rich selling books, okay? By the way, we're going to have a course. That's where I'm going to get rich. Okay, but seriously, I'm not getting rich with a book. I'm doing the book. I did the book so I can explain you the topics that I talk about on these, on all our stuff. So you know what a 10-bagger window is. So you know what catalysts are. So you know what the path to 10x is. So you know how to read a chart. That way I don't have to explain stuff over and over again, okay? That's what I'm doing. But okay, so Adam, what was your favorite chapter? What did you get? And if you get only one thing out of this, you're going to make 100 times your money. Why? Because the book is only $18. I mean, you only need like one winner to pay for the book, and you're going to get 100 times return. Again, $18. You got to get one idea from there. It'll change your life. It'll transform your life. Okay, back to the charts. Enough with the promo, self-promotion. Okay, we got a beautiful formation here. The thing wants to go. I think we're going to make an attempt at $5. I get a feeling this thing wants to go to $5. Okay, Snow Lake, how high can this go? That's what you want to know. Again, this is not a day trading show. I'm not doing a day trading show here, okay? I'm not doing a day trading show. Okay, I'm in it. Again, we're looking for stocks that can go up 1,000%, where you make 10 times your money, okay? You don't make 10 times your money in a day. It takes us, how long does it take us? Anybody that read the book, they would know. It takes an average of 6 to 9 months, maybe 12 months for our stocks. Whenever I find a stock that has that 10-bagger potential that we bring on our platform, it's got to go through a checklist. I got a checklist of things I look for, okay? I got things I look for. It's not just because they're paying. Yes, the companies are paying, but if they weren't paying, they wouldn't get any eyeballs. The stocks wouldn't, you know. So yeah. We're here all about making a 10-bagger. You're not going to make a 10-bagger in a day. I'm going to tell you what the upside potential is. Now, by the way, you got to watch out. There's a lot of scammers out there on TikTok who have the fake penny stock billionaire account, and they got these fake accounts. They got they're asking you for money. They're asking you for your brokerage account. They're all these guys in Nigeria, or I don't know where they are. Okay, number one is, if you're on TikTok, there is only one penny stock billionaire gang channel. That is me, okay? Number two is, I will never ask you for money. I will never ask you for your brokerage account information, your trading account information, any of that, okay? Whoever's asking you for that, or they're not me, okay? It is scammers out there, and if you look at their bio, you see they have like 5 followers. Or okay, there was only one penny stock billionaire gang account, and this is the Wall Street Reporter channel, which is my main thing. The penny stock billionaire is kind of like our cartoon fun character. Okay, so watch out for the fake accounts. Does LITM does it have any more? Oh, come on, oh my God! I mean, we're getting started here, okay, guys. Just like a lottery is getting started. Just like SYTA is getting started. You guys have zero attention span. But let me tell you, look at this chart. The chart is about to explode. Okay, when I look at a chart, when I bring on a new stock, one thing I look for, do we have a beautiful bottom? We got a beautiful bottom. I'm not talking about Kim Kardashian. This bottom is more beautiful than a Kim Kardashian bottom, okay? I'm trying to keep it clean here. Family channel here, okay? We got a double bottom, and it's huge. It's huge. Look at this. Look at this. It's not quite. It's a little bit sloppy. But I also look at what's the previous high. Can the stock go back there? The previous high is $135 if you kind of look at the whatever, pre-splits, whatever. look, this thing can run. How big can this explode? How big and how fast? The question you got to ask is how big, how huge, how bigly. By the way, speaking of huge and bigly, Trump loves nuclear. Trump loves nuclear. Nuclear has got the tailwinds. I think this thing can run to 20 bucks. My target on this is 20 bucks. It's got to break out of 536, 580. If this thing breaks 580, it could go to the moon. Again, not advice. These are high risk stocks. It's paid content, sponsored content. Okay. These things are ready to go. Okay. We got some people who've made money. Guys, if you have made money with our stocks, please leave your comments here and tell us how much money you've made. Again, I'm not asking you to send money. We're not asking you to pay. Just so people know that, this is a legitimate channel. We're not like, and by the way, you know what? I see there is a guy on TikTok. I just saw some kid who's putting out a hater. We got a hater. Some guy, what are these? I guess they're called trading influencers. There's some guy, I think he's called Momentum or something, or whatever he calls himself. He's doing a video in his garage. All these guys, they got the grifter, they got the whole grifter setup. They're in the garage. They want to flex. He's got like 2 white cars in the garage. I mean, come on, you white cars. I mean, come on, No man should be driving a white car unless you're like Persian or something, all right? Or Asian, it's a cultural thing. You should be driving a white car. It's a girl's color. White is a girl's color. He's driving like, what is he got, like an Audi or something? Come on. You're trying to flex with your flooded salvage title car. This guy is saying, oh yeah, watch out. There's this guy, a penny stock billionaire. Well, actually, he didn't mention me by name. He said, "Oh, he's pumping these stocks, LTRY and SYTA lottery and Siyata. These stocks have been exploding, and this guy he's just a paid shill basically, and he only talks about stocks that because he's getting paid for it." Well, listen, what difference does it make? These stocks are up 700%. Okay, Siyata went up 7x in a week. Lottery tripled in 3 days. And I'm giving you the information for free. This guy's worried because he's selling courses. These grifters, they're out there trying to steal your children's lunchbox money. They're trying to steal your children's tuition money. All right. These guys are trying to sell you their coaching. They're trying to sell you their coaching program, whatever it is. I'm taking money out of their pocket. I'm giving you information for free. That's making people rich. People are getting rich here. People are getting rich. People are getting rich with our stocks. And for free, I'm giving it to you. We're giving it to you for free. Okay. And this is just some of it. Okay. Let's see. So, yeah, we're giving you free stuff, and people are getting rich. And just Nick. Okay. I made 9,000 Siyata. Just Nick. That's right. Oh, this is a paid. This is okay. This is. Okay, so Just Nick is our husband. This is not exactly an independent opinion, but that's okay. It's okay. So Joanne, that's they got the channel on the YouTube that Just Nick and Joanne, the knitting or something. So they're making money, and that's right. Unbelievable but true. Unbelievable but true. There's a lot of haters. These Muppet boiler room grifter trading influencers. This guy, I think he's like 25 years old. And again, listen, I remember when I was 20, I know what it's like. Listen, I got my commodity futures license when I was 16. I was like I was the youngest guy in the room at the time. I was 16 when I got my commodity futures license. I was 18 when I got my stockbroker Series 7 license. I was always the youngest guy. Now I'm like the oldest guy. First I was the youngest. Now I'm the oldest guy. And but I got socks older than this kid. With his salvage title Audi and his whatever he's got, the Mustang in the garage, and he's the trading, selling you. I'm giving you free information. I'm not charging you for this stuff. Siyata is okay. Let's go back to the charts. Let's see what is going on with Siyata. I mean, listen, this is what goes on when these stocks make a run. They get hit. It's getting hit now. It's gonna hit the support level. Where is the support? We're looking for support. Let's pull this up. But again, why did I start off with what do you call it? With LITM. Because these stocks, they'll go through a cycle. They run, they pull back, they run, they pull back. If you want to have a stock that goes up 10x, you got to be prepared for that. That's why I wrote the book. I got a whole chapter where I explain to you the path to 10x. It's a roller coaster, okay? It is a roller coaster. Okay, we talked about FUBO also. FUBO, that's right, FUBO. Not a client. It was a client. It was a client. But I own FUBO. I bought some FUBO. Okay, let's see. So what is going on in the short-term charts? This thing is taking a beating. Look, I mean, where the support's coming in right, next level of support is right around here. 422 is the gap is closing. They might try to run stops here. They're probably going to try to run the stops. That is what's going on. I'm telling you, we get the live stream. You know, here's what I think is happening with Siyata. If you look at this chart, I think what's going to happen is we're going to form a double bottom over here. We're going to form a double bottom here. And this becomes like a giant pennant triangle, a pennant. You see this? If you can you imagine it's like a pennant forming like a pennant? And I think we're going to form a double bottom somewhere right around here. And then it runs. And it's going to be a huge breakout. That's what I think is going to happen. But yeah, the stock is... The bearers are in control right now. Yeah, it's really crazy. I think these guys are trying to run the stock down into the close every day. I know what the reason is. I think I know what's going on. But somebody's trying to run the stock so it closes low every day. And then all of a sudden you see the after hours, it explodes. After hours, it explodes. The fundamentals, by the way, the fundamentals are crazy. The fundamentals are crazy on Siyata. We had the CEO on. Check out the video. Check out the live stream on our channel, the video for Siyata, Eitan. He's talking about the future. Guys, this deal, when this closes, we're just waiting for the close. And this thing is going to bounce around somewhere between here, maybe 10 bucks, okay? Between here and 10 bucks for the close. I think after the merger closes, the comps are with APP. App is trading at 20 times the revenues, okay? This thing could be a $50 stock. $50 stock. I was wrong. I said $25. It could be a $50 stock. And here's why. Because based on where the price is, let's say we're at 8 bucks on Siyata at the time of close, then I think it'll be closer to 20% that you will have of core gaming. So again, you got to go through the numbers. Get your calculator out. Get your calculator. Get your pencils sharpened. Core gaming. Okay, we're going to go through some math. Core gaming, $80 million in revenues plus Siyata, it's 10. Let's say it's 100. When you round it out, you got to go 100 million. Okay, 10 times revenues is what companies trade in the tech space. 10 times, maybe even more. 10 times is $1 billion, okay? If you have 20% of $1 billion, how much is that? It's 20%, $200 million. What does that mean? What does that mean? 200 million, that means it's a 10x from here. Right now, Siyata is trading at about a $20 million valuation. You're going to have something worth 200 million. That means the stock should be 40, 50 bucks, really 50 bucks plus. And that's only at a 10x multiple. What if we get a 20x multiple, just like Apple Oven, APP, 20x? And I think that's very aggressive. It's extended. Although some stocks, AI stocks, are trading at 100x multiple. I think NVIDIA is trading at a billion. I don't know, some crazy number. But I think let's say we get a 20x. Now it's a 400 million. Now you got $100 stock price. The question is, can Siyata go to $100? Can Siyata go to $100? Yeah, I think it can. I'll tell you why. Hang on a second. Can Siyata go to $100? Where's my chart? Okay, guys, here's the all-time high of Siyata. What is this number at the top? Can somebody please, I'm not going to say what the number on the left side of the screen, what is that number? I don't want to say it because it sounds unbelievable if I say it. But what's that number? All right, it's $2 million a share. I mean, this goes back a long, long way. There've been splits, all that stuff in the past. I mean, long in the past. There's an old trader superstition. Stocks like to go back to old highs. Am I saying that Siyata is going to go to $2 million? I'm not saying it's going to go to $2 million. I'm saying that this thing, based on, the numbers could go $50 plus based on the fundamentals. Beyond that, I have no idea. I have no idea. I have a feeling this thing wants to close that, really fully close this gap where we broke out. And that's it. We have closed it. We have officially closed it. They have run the stops. We have closed the gap. We got 12 minutes to go. We got the pennant forming. I have a feeling we have hit the bottom. I have a feeling we have hit bottom. Now, if you've noticed, I have not said that before. I have not said that before. I've never said on any Siyata stream that we've hit the bottom. I think we've hit the bottom here. I shouldn't say that because, it's always, the markets like to embarrass you. But I think we're right around here. I think we're like within a couple of pennies off the bottom. And you got to, again, I'm not saying buy, sell, hold. I'm telling you guys, you got to buy ugly, sell pretty. You got to buy stocks when they're at the ugliest. You got to buy into maximum fair, and you got to sell when everybody's optimistic. Yeah. This guy thinks lottery can go to 100 or 50. Yeah, I think this guy knows what he's talking about because he was talking about those nuclear stocks. This guy is not a newbie. I think he knows what he's talking about. I think he knows what he's talking about. Yeah, 20, 50 bucks. Yeah, even if it goes to 20, is it so bad? Is it so bad if you make 5 times your money in the next couple of months potentially? Yeah. Yeah. By the way, that's right. As Joanna's saying, guys, please click like, upvote, share the content. We got 475 people watching right now. Please click the like, upvote button, share the content. The more eyes on the stocks, the better they do. How about lottery? Let's see what lottery's doing at the close. Again, I think we're forming that triangle, getting ready to break out on the 5-minute. Again, we got a big run. They got to consolidate. Yeah, again, they're running the stops. Probably maybe go over here a little bit. But this thing is I think we're going to turn around next little bit over here. Both of these stocks are taking a beating, but they've had big runs. They got to pull back a little bit. Come on. Come on. If you ate one of those giant steaks, imagine you go to a steakhouse, you order one of those, 30-pound, whatever it is, 32-ounce Texas steaks or whatever it is. Hey, Nick, shout out to Nick, our supporter on the TikTok. On the TikTok. Guys, click the upvote, share, like. Helps the channel, helps the algorithm. It helps you. It helps you. No, they got the terms. We're waiting for regulatory approval. Okay, what we're waiting for on the Siyata merger is, I think, NASDAQ to sign off. They got to get the audited financials, whatever. They got to get all that stuff. They got to get all that stuff. It's going to take. It takes a couple of weeks. It takes a couple of weeks to do it, months, whatever. It's been going on, and the process. By the way, FUBO has been in the Disney thing for 6 months. But these guys don't need regulatory approval. They don't need trade. FUBO needs approval from the FTC. These guys just need NASDAQ approval. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. So what is going on? Okay, LITM, it wants to break out of this moving average. As you see, it's having a bit of a hard time at the close. It's not easy. It's not easy. You know what's funny is our stocks were exploding when the market was down. Now the market's up. Our stocks took a bit of a beating, but LITM is up bigly. This thing wants to go higher. Very, very aggressive chart. This is a chart that wants to explode. I'm telling you, LITM, ready to beast mode. How about FUBO? I'm going to give FUBO a little bit over here before we jump. FUBO also pennant. We got a pennant forming. Next stop on the stock is $4, I believe. Again, not investment advice. They're not a client. I may never talk about FUBO again. I own the stock. I don't own enough of it to spend hours talking about it, but I think this could be a $20 stock, you know, based on the Disney deal. Look, once it closes over here, this next stop, once FUBO breaks out above $4, it could run to $6. Okay. Look, we're giving you bangers here on this channel. We're giving you bangers. That's why all these haters are coming out. The haters are coming out on TikTok, these so-called trading coaches, these guys who want to steal your children's lunchbox money. They want to, okay, Siyata turning around at the close. Finally, we got a solid up bar. I think that, okay, by the way, the one thing is positive. The positive thing with Siyata, the sell-offs have been happening with low volume. They've been happening with low volume. So that's the good news. Are we going to run into the close? Are we running into the close? I think this is the double bottom forming here. Is it the double bottom forming here? We're going to know. We're going to know later. We're going to know later. Should I look at the 1-minute chart? I think we're forming the bottom here again. Short covering. Short covering coming in here. What is going on? All right. I don't know. I was very impressed, frankly, with today's live stream with Eitan. Anyway, guys, this is your pennant. Once this thing turns around, you know, that's the thing we got to look for. So right now they're really fighting it out in this kind of zone, this 420 zone. Do we close at 420? Do we close at 420? I think that's what's going to happen here. All right. Yeah. You know what we need is we got to get we need to get it's up 13,000, up 13 grand on FUBO, up 13 grand. Okay. You know what we need to do is we got to get some okay, I'm doing a new thing. You guys want to make some money? I got people contacting me. Saying oh, I only have $200 to trade with. Can I get some money? Blah 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 or whatever. I got a new program. Are you guys ready for this? A money-making program. And some of you are asking, what's your next stock that's going to go to the moon? Or people are saying, hey, can I pay you money to give us the information first? So first of all, I cannot do that by law. It's a gray area. I'm not going to do it, but it becomes like tipping, insider information. It's a gray area. But I can tell you how you can do it legally and also make money at the same time. How about that? Some of you guys are sitting at home. You're looking for something to do. You're day trading, whatever it is. I'm going to give you a way to make money here. After the close, I'm going to give you my money-making thing here so you can actually make money with these things here. Yeah. That's right. This guy's making money here. This guy is making money. That's right. What's going on? Stop loss hunting. It's not goodwill hunting. This is stop loss hunting is what's going on. They're running the stops. This is a professional campaign. It's a professional short selling campaign. It looks like we're bottoming out here. If we get some volume into the close, then we get a good setup. It's good. I think this thing is going to run right after we close. Okay, we're at 425. Thing is turning around. Again, fundamentals are great. This is your typical sell-off. Everybody's panicking. The newbies. What? You know, it's normal. You guys have seen. Hang on a second. Should I try to do this? Okay, I'm going to do this. Here's what I'm going to do. Here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do for you slides and PDFs. No. Wait, hang on. Wait, remove. No, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you some charts. Hang on a second. Okay, there we go. Okay. Add this there. Okay, guys, here's some of our stocks. Here is some of our stocks that went up 20x, okay? Doesn't matter where they are now. It doesn't matter. When we introduced them, they went up 20x or more. They all have a pullback after they go up 1,000%. Every single one of them. Okay, like this guy over here. How about this guy? Same thing. Look, the big money is made. Look at that chart. The pennant, it happens after breaks out of that pennant. Okay, it doesn't happen in a day. It pulls back, then the breakout happens. Peak fintech stock went up, I don't know, 700%, pulls back. Everybody gives up on it, and it explodes. Okay, it explodes after everybody gives up on it. Look at that chart. That's why I wrote this book, so that you know there is a path to 10x. Every one of these stocks that we introduced to you at low prices that went up 20x, they follow the same path. Okay, I've seen this movie before. I'm not a 20-year-old trading influencer in a garage. Yeah, I'm not some guy in a rented garage with flooded cars, salvage title cars, selling trading courses. I'm doing this 30 years. Okay, I've seen these patterns play out over and over again. Pattern recognition skills. It's not it's just pattern recognition. All right, pattern recognition. The same movie plays out. I wrote the book, so you see the pattern plays out. Every 10 bagger goes through the process Siyata is going through now. Okay, like you're seeing this. Explodes, pulls back, and then boom, the blowout. CBDT. Everybody laughed. Everybody laughed. Stock went up 10x. Everybody took profits. Guess what happened? It went from 50 cents to $2.50. All the money was made. All the money was made in a week. All the guys who took the money and ran, whatever, they missed out on the big gains. I think a lot of people got blown out of Siyata. We got a lot of people that got blown out of Siyata that probably, I see on TikTok that we got a lot of haters now. They're saying, "Oh, hey man, I bought Siyata, at $8. Why is it going down?" You know why the stock is going down? Because you bought it. That's why it's going down. They were waiting for you to buy it so that it could drop lower. The stock, who told you to buy it at $8? Who told you to buy Siyata at $9? I mean, you should have been buying the stock when I introduced it. Well, actually, listen, there's nothing wrong with buying Siyata at $8. The problem is, I talk about it in the book, my goal is to get in at the lowest risk possible. I want that asymmetric setup. I want the asymmetric setup where we got low risk, okay? The higher the stock goes, the more risk you have. It's like you're climbing a tree. You're climbing a ladder. The higher up the ladder you go, the more risk you have of falling and getting hurt, right? So when you're on the first rung of the ladder, you fall, okay, whatever, you get back up. You fall off when you're already 20 feet up, you might get hurt. That's what I'm telling you. You got to get at the bottom. You got to get our free newsletter. You got to get the book, 10-bagger blueprint. Again, I'm not here to sell you books, okay? Get it on Amazon. Links in the video description below, links in bio. We got the links in bio on Twitter, down in the description of the video. 10-bagger blueprint is where you go. 10-bagger blueprint is where you go. The reason I'm doing it is so that you buy low and sell high. You got to buy low and sell high. By the way, I'm not saying buy the dip. I'm not a buy the dip guy. I'm saying you got to get in. You got to get in at the bottom. You got to get at the bottom. If you chase the momentum, you might get hurt. So look, Siyata, they ran the stops again at the close. Stock is probably going to rocket in the after hours. I mean, this is disgusting. But that's what's going on. That is what is going on. Let's see. LITM. All right, we're closed. Ding, 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 ding. LITM. I put the news out on Telegram. I think Telegram first. It was about 380, I think, where it was. I think it was a 380. Yeah, I think it was around 380. Yeah, get on our Telegram. Links are in the bio. Siyata, that's what happens. That's what happens. I don't know. We got no control over these things. On a minute by minute basis, it does what it does. Snow Lake, LITM running up. Let's look at the 1 hour chart. Yeah, this is looking very good. Snow Lake, it's going to have a big move, I think. Maybe it could go to $5. I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't go crazy in the after, because I don't want those gaps. That's what happened. We had a huge gap that opened up because people chased. Look, the reason why Siyata's having the problems right now is people chased that, it created that gap. But yeah, if you had followed our Telegram, you could have gotten into Snow Lake early today. I think it was 350 actually, or 360. I think it was lower. I think it was actually much lower. Anyway, Snow Lake is looking good. We're going to have the CEO on our live stream tomorrow. Click the upvote, subscribe if you're brand new to the channel, get the newsletter. Jacob Paris, you subscribed to the newsletter. You've checked the spam. I've noticed we got a couple of emails that are getting error messages. It's very possible you may have typed in your email wrong. You might want to resubscribe because you might have put it in wrong. So we might have a new stock. We might have a new stock in a week. And the next stock we're going to have is also, I think it's going to be a banger. Look, so far, you've had, I gave you a 7-bagger out of the gate, a triple out of the gate. I think our next stock also is going to be under $1. We're looking at a situation. It could be under $1. We're looking at the situation. We'll see what happens. It's going to be, it's all right. There you go. Bizwa. There we go. Okay, guys, we're going to be probably announcing a new stock next week. I'm only going to do 1 or 2 a month. The reason is it's very hard to find the companies that have the right setup, because I'm looking for things which, normally, stuff I talk about in the book, I'm looking at something with a 6-month time horizon, but now I need things which are going to be hot right out of the gate, because, people on TikTok, they're very impatient. They need what they need. They're not happy. They're not happy when it takes a while. They're not happy. They don't want to make 50 times their money in 6 months, 5 months. You want to see the book inside? Everything you need to know. Yeah, these day traders, they don't make any money. You gotta go long term. Look at this. All our stocks, takes an average of 6 months to make the money. You want to make 20 times your money? You want to make money, or you want to make Robinhood money? Look, either you could put the money in your pocket, or you can feed the market makers, make Robinhood rich, make all the Charles Schwab rich, make all these guys rich, let them build, 3rd swimming pools, their 4th tennis court, let them buy, another 200-foot yacht, or you can make yourself rich. How do you make yourself rich? You got to have patience. You got to get into these stocks and hold them to make the big money. None of these things just went boom, parabolic the minute you bought. No, it takes a while. But what we're gonna do is, we're gonna have bangers. Yeah, I should maybe the audiobook. Maybe I should do the audiobook. It's hard though. The audiobooks, you gotta sit down, you gotta talk. It's difficult. I don't know what. Yeah, let's find out. Maybe it's the spam or something. Okay, but anyway, look, bottom line is we're going to only do 1 or 2 new stocks a month, maybe 2 at the most. Okay, why? Because I'm looking for those asymmetric setups where you got that almost no risk and you got 10x upside, 20x upside, and low valuation, cheap valuation, ground floor opportunity where it's de-risked, beautiful charts. I got to have a beautiful chart set up. And I got to have, what do you call it? By the way, oh, hang on a second. I'm going to remove that. By the way, somebody's going to say, oh, what about those stocks? You mentioned the ones that went up 10x, 20x, and a lot of those stocks crashed. I don't know what happened. By the way, all those charts I showed you know what's funny? All those charts I showed you, most of those stocks collapsed afterwards. So the point is, if you get my book, stock goes up 10x, take your money out. And listen, during the time that the companies were on our platform, in other words, while we were promoting those stocks, they were going up. That's all I can tell you. What these companies do afterwards, I have no control over. Sometimes these stocks, they go up 1,000%. And then, they raise all sorts of money. Then these CEOs, they decide, okay, we don't need you anymore. That's what happened with Visby. That guy with Visby, that VSBY, the stock went up. He raised a bunch of money. He said, oh, I don't need to do promotion anymore. I don't need to do, all this stuff. His stock went to a penny. It was a $2 stock. How about Peak FinTech? How about, I'll go through CBDT. And also, here's the other thing. After a stock goes up 20x, 50x, I'm kind of, I'm not interested anymore. Yeah. Why do you only get 500 views on X? Why? Because you haven't retweeted our content. Shane, I'm waiting for you to retweet our content. We got to get more followers. I don't know why we don't have. This is the best kept secret. This channel is the best kept secret ever, anywhere. This is the best kept secret. We give you one banger after another, 110 bagger after another. For a while now, we got very few people know about this. You got these guys, you got these so-called trading coaches, influencers, trading influencers. They get thousands of followers, and they're just charging you money to I don't know what they're doing. We're here making people. It's a secret channel. It's a secret channel. It is the secret channel. All right, let's go back to. I'm going to wrap it up here. Okay, what are we doing after hours? Let me recap after hours. Oh, LITM on the run, 434 will probably get to 5. I think it'll run to 5. Yeah, this thing wants to go. Snow Lake wants to go. Don't trade after hours. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't trade after hours. Lottery looking good. Lottery looking good. Holding up. Lottery looking good. How about FUBO? Again, FUBO, not a client. I may never talk about FUBO again. FUBO, okay, it's okay. FUBO looking good. Again, this is just a former client. FUBO went up from $9 when we introduced it, went to $60. Okay, guys, you ready for this money-making opportunity? Who's ready for a money-making opportunity? Who is ready for a money-making opportunity? All right, I just got an idea. I got an idea. So I'm going to give you guys the money-making opportunity. Some of you are, because I get emails or TikTok people saying, hey, I only have $200 to trade with. Is that enough? Or, how do blah, 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 or how do I get your free picks before anybody else? So here's the idea. Here is it. Okay, so here's what I'm looking for. I'm going to offer you guys an opportunity. It's open source. Open source. It's like open source, free for all. If you find me companies, okay, you go on, Yahoo Finance, look at companies, putting out news every day, whatever it is. There's a bunch of companies. There's a couple thousand companies out there. Every day there's news coming out, stocks that are moving, whatever it is, right? You find companies that meet our criteria that I have in the book, okay? Meaning that the stocks are cheap, low market cap, they're undervalued based on the things. We got a good looking chart, meaning it's a double bottom. I'm not, it's got to be a double bottom, or it's got to be at the bottom or something ready to break out. But I'm looking for stocks that are basically meet the criteria. And what you do is you reach out to these companies. They're all trading like, 30 cents. They're going to get delisted. They're on NASDAQ. They're cheap. So these companies, right, if they had more eyeballs on the stock, if they have a good story, imagine this. There's a bunch of companies out there. Not a lot. There's probably a couple hundred real ones. But a bunch of these companies out there, if they have a really good story that are undervalued, and if they had more eyes on the stock, just like what happened with Siyata, just like what happened with LITM, what happened with LTRY, if we put them on this program, the stock will go up. So here's my proposal. If you will, you do the research. Now, I don't have time to go to find these companies. I really don't have time to I don't have time to contact these companies. You got to email. Anyway, look, if you find these companies, contact the CEO, right? And say, hey, my name is Joe. My name is, Billy Bob, whatever your name is. And, hey, I'm a shareholder. I found your stock, and I can tell you about a great way if you want to increase your stock. I've seen companies trading hundreds of millions of shares after they go on the penny stock billionaire gang channel or the Wall Street Reporter channel, whatever, this platform. Basically, you tell these CEOs, you write a letter to the CEO. What you do is you find the name of the CEO on Yahoo. Then you go in one of these programs that finds you their email address, because you got to email them. Nobody picks up the phone anymore. You got to email these guys. There's all these apps, Apollo, whatever it is, these free apps that can find anybody's email. You contact these guys. You got to send them emails. You got to spam these guys. You get them on LinkedIn. You get them wherever. You call them on the phone if you want, and basically say, "Listen, Billy Bob, I'm a shareholder in your company, or I'm an investor, and your stock is low. But here's the thing: I'm an investor in, and this is the truth. I'm an investor in a couple of companies that went on the Wall Street Reporter or the penny stock billionaire platform. And these stocks tripled. They went up 700%, massive volume. You're going to get the same results. Okay, so if you get me, that CEO to contact me, because basically making an appointment, we got to book an appointment. I'm going to get on a call with this guy. I'm going to see if they qualify and to be on our platform, right? So I'm going to pay you $250 for every appointment. Okay, you don't have to sell anything. All you got to do is send emails. Maybe if you want to make a call, you can make a call, but nobody picks up the phone. All you got to do is email these guys. You email these guys, get them to make an appointment with me. We'll give you the link to make an appointment. If they make the appointment, through you, we'll figure it out. I'm going to pay you $250 American hard cash through PayPal. I'll send it through PayPal, okay? And the idea is we'll probably get like 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 10 is going to, actually go through with what we're doing. So now the question you're asking is, how much money can you make? I think if you, again, we've had people doing this. If you put in the time, if you put a full day's work, and if you don't screw around, if you put in like a solid 4 hours, let's say, actually 4 hours, solid 4 hour, you probably can book 1 or 2 appointments a day. So you'll make $250, $500 a day if you hustle. You'll probably make $250. Yeah, call them up, contact them, tell them, hey, go to them and say, listen, I like your stock. By the way, I'm an investor in a couple of stocks that went on, these platforms, and they had massive volume. They stocks went to the moon, and they're still going to the moon. Get in touch with them. Yeah, that charge point would be, I haven't looked at it in detail, but yeah. So I'm gonna make it a formal thing here. I haven't gotten all the infrastructure, whatever, but that's the basic idea. That's kind of the basic idea. So if anybody wants to do it, DM me if you want to get on board, okay? And if you're gonna get aboard, I'll work with you. I'll tell you how to do this. Very easy. You find the stocks that meet the criteria. I think if you read the book, you'll know what the criteria is, but you got to do it seriously. Like, you can't try it for a day, because what's going to happen is, very realistically, if you do this, most likely either you're going to have luck right away, or you're going to have no luck until maybe a week. So you might be basically doing this for 3-4 days, getting no results. and most of you will give up. And then, but if you stick with it, all of a sudden the next week you're going to get like 10 appointments, whatever it is. That's just the way it works. Most people give up too soon. That's what happens. Most people give up too soon with everything, with stocks, with business, careers, everything. So, but if you reach out to these companies, if you do it seriously, you got to commit. You're going to do it no matter what, 4 hours a day. Okay, I guarantee you, if you send out 100 emails, okay, you're going to send out, let's call it 40 emails a day. You just got to find companies. And also what's going to happen is you're going to be doing, at the same time, what you're going to get, not only are you going to make money, but also you're going to get better educated. You're going to see what's out there because you're going to be researching companies. I don't want somebody just randomly contacting companies. I want somebody to look at, for example, you go on accesswire.com. You go on globenewswire.com and you see all the news that day. Or you go on, you see what stocks are moving, whatever it is. There's many different sources. And stocks, I'm looking for stocks under $5. That's the sweet spot. They got to be under $5. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Exactly. So the way it works is you're going to do the research and you're going to be finding these companies. You're going to be learning about a lot of companies as you do this. You're going to be learning about a lot of companies. A lot of companies. You're going to be learning about these companies. So Joanna mentions ChargePoint. ChargePoint, not a bad prospect. I mean, let me see. Let me look at the chart of ChargePoint. Not bad. Could be not bad. ChargePoint, again, I haven't looked at the details. It could be a prospect. I would reach out to the CEO. I think actually they know us. I think they may have they know us. I think they may know us, which is fine. You reach out to these companies. You find out, you do the research. This one is actually, it's in the ballpark. It's in the ballpark, right? You reach out to them. You tell them, hey, I'm a shareholder in your stock. And by the way, a couple of other stocks I'm involved with, they went to the moon because they went on this platform. They got millions of eyeballs. This guy could do the same for you. Let me put you in touch with them. Yes, they do charge money. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. So here's, I missed the, what is that? I missed the, here's what I went off on a tangent. So here's the deal. Here's how you get the inside information legally. So what we're going to do is we're going to have auditions for companies. Like right now we have we bring on a company on, one at a time. Okay. We're going to do a Discovery Day live stream. That's something we used to have. We're going to bring it back. Once a month, we're going to have a tryout. It's going to be like one of these shows. Okay, once a month, we're going to have 5 companies show up. Each CEO presents for 15 minutes, one after the other. It's going to be like what is that show? Shark Tank, like a Shark Tank type of show. One after the other. 15 minutes. They do their pitch. And by the way, the last time we did this, a couple of the stocks doubled right out of the gate. Actually, they all went up because of the eyeballs, but a couple of them doubled out of the gate. I think one was called like Pineapple Express or something like that. Pineapple Express or something crazy. This is a couple of years ago. But okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do Discovery Day live stream coming up in next month. We're going to do it next month. I'm looking for 4 companies. We're only going to allow 4 companies on that thing so they get maximum exposure. They have to pay to be on it, obviously, but you're gonna if you're setting the appointment, you're gonna know who the company is in advance. You're gonna know in advance who the company is, so that way it's not inside information, because you're basically you know it yourself. So that way, what happens is you make money, you get paid for the appointment, and you're gonna know that they're going on our platform because you got paid the bonus for that we got them on the thing. That's how it works. Basically, I'll have the details more. I'll have the details more fleshed out, but I think that's how we're going to do it. I think that is how we're going to do it. Yeah, that's basically it. So we're going to have the Discovery Day live stream. I think that's going to be the thing. You let these companies know, hey, here's a great opportunity to go on this platform. You could tell you do your presentation. You'll have an audience. You'll have eyeballs, and your stock is going to move, and they will move for sure. They're going to move. In fact, I'll even guarantee them. We give a guarantee. In fact, I guarantee companies that I'm the only guy in the business that guarantees results. In other words, if there's no meaningful, if a guy doesn't get a meaningful increase in their stock price or volume, something like 20%, whatever, from that 1 day thing, I'll give them another one for free. All right, so they're going to get whatever. They're going to get a free one. There we go. There we go. Joanna Gibson, those those stocks you mentioned, I've seen those. They've popped on my radar. You're on the right track. You are on the right track. The main thing is you got to get these guys. You got to get them. You got to get them. You got to contact these people. They're all. It's not that it's just you got to get their attention. You got to reach. It's a grind. Honestly, it's a grind doing this. It's a grind doing this. Most people give up, but I've had people when we were doing this making, you can make 6 figures a year working 4 hours a day if you do this. If you work smart, you do it consistently, you can make, easily 6 figures a year doing this. I've had people make that money before. Anywhere in the world, you could be in, Uganda. You could be in Uganda. You could be one of these, what do you call these? What do they call these people? These remote, what do they call that? Vagabonds, what do they call them? The traveling people who travel and they work from their computer, whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called. Okay. All right, guys. That is it. That is it. Siyata, what is very surprising here? Hang on a second. Let's pull this up. Okay, coming back at the close. I mean, this is honestly, this is brutal. They ran the stops. People panic. They're trying to make you guys panic, and then watch what happens. Watch what happens. All right, guys, that's it. We got 700 people watching. Click the like, upvote, subscribe, all the buttons to help the algorithm. Come back. Tomorrow. We get a live stream coming in at 1 o'clock with LITM, and maybe we might even have lottery tomorrow. This is the CEOs of LITM, Snow Lake, and Lottery. Live stream starts tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Right here on the YouTube channel. It's going to be on the TikTok, not the TikTok, on the Twitter. That's it. Okay. See you tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you, Just Nick. We'll see you all on the next one. And again, if anybody interested in that thing, you want to find these companies, you want to be one of our analysts, or you whatever you want to call it, DM me. You got all the links.